Yo, Chicago, dubs in the chat, dubs in the chat, dubs in the chat. More after these messages.
Chicago. Dear foreigner, welcome to my city. See the bright light, skyscrapers looking pretty. Perfect skyline, postcard from a city, and we still on the rise, more construction keeping busy. Always bear down on the blue and the windy. Can't forget the Bulls, red and black run the city. Chicago, fire in the sky, WMB. White Sox and the Cubs up in Wrigley. Got a couple rings like I played for the Blackhawks. Always on the ground when my feet hit the asphalt. Dedication, hard work, and preparation. Never giving up to reach the goals I've been chasing. When it goes down, I'ma be the main attraction. Better stand back when the cameras start to flashing. Countdown, buzzer beater, how the game go. Crowd goes wild, cause you know who they came for. Michael Jordan, D-Wade when I'm scoring. Great Walter Payton, John Tays when I'm enforcing. You already know I had to make an anthem. Shot-town in the building, and you know what I stand for. Chicago, it's the city of the win. Clock runs down, we gon' grab another win. Chicago, known for the skyscrapers, big city, big lights, and we all about a paper. Chicago, ain't another city like it right down Lakeshore. See newcomers all excited. Chicago.
Yo. Cubs win. Game 4. What? Then all we gotta do is go right down the street. It ain't like we going somewhere else on another terrain that we can't handle. You know what I mean? Because Milwaukee gets some of the weather that we get. It's 90 miles north. We're going to go right on 94 and go right there and get the win. Yeah, this is set up to be a great comeback for the Chicago Cubs. This was a great game that we watched. It was not a nail biter. It was all the way played out with my peeps. Listen, I can remember when I was a little boy and, you know, young, and my grandfather and my father, my mother's father, actually, that was the grandfather, and my own father would be sitting on Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays watching the Cubs game when my father was not at work. They would sit there for hours. From the morning, my father would come to my grandmother and grandfather's house and just sit down with my granddad and watch the Cubbies win. I mean, we needed a win, y'all, and we got a win. Listen, what a feeling. What a feeling. They didn't even expect the Chicago Cubs to do so well. And the game today, listen, the game today was played out such in a spectacular form. But first, welcome to the Gingerbread Man Show. I am the Gingerbread Man, and this is Serv'n Sports ENT, an extension of Simply Ball Dropping Podcast with my main man, KEYSHA. What's up, KEYSHA? How you doing, my brother? I appreciate the platform, man, and the network that you have built on these YouTube streets. But first, I got to let everybody know right now, we are at 3,315 subscribers. Wow, and wow again. Man, look, I thank y'all for what y'all done. I thank you for what you do, and I thank you for what you will do. You guys are the best on the planet. Me and KEYSHA are grateful. She also hit the 3,000 mark, and this goes to show you that hard work is always celebrated, and I appreciate it, man. Cut that ish, Real Talk Sports. Yes, man, with my baby girl KEYSHA, we are working hard for you in this network that KEYSHA built. Look, go over to the Full Court Trio and also the Players Club. Hit the subscribe button, like, and share. But first, on this channel, please subscribe, share, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Now back to the lecture at hand. We won, y'all. Listen, this was a home run hitting, scoring onslaught by the Chicago Cubs. Listen, starting off from the beginning, they went into the game knowing exactly what was on the line. And what was on the line is to go ahead and play game 5. Even though this was an elimination game, it just did not feel like that. It didn't feel like anybody was going to eliminate the Cubs, because they came in, did what they did, and do what we know they know how to do. I mean, simple and plain, in the very first inning, you already see what the score looked like. But in the very first inning, we had three scores that came in. We had a home run that was hit by what's his name? Tucker. We had a home run that was hit by Tucker. Then we had one that was hit by Hap, and then we had one that was hit by Bush. Man, listen, this is just, man, a wonderful feeling that, you know, you guys got to understand. We in Chicago, we support our teams die hard. Milwaukee suffered, and they only had 3 hits in the game and 1 error, you know, but the Chicago Cubs had 10 hits in this game and went back to scoring the way that we are used to them scoring from the beginning of the season. And they went into this game knowing that this was an elimination game, and they had to win at home. Now, we could start with number 29, Michael Bush. Michael Bush had 1 home run, 1 RBI, a 1 BB and a 1 hit, 1 R, and then 4 AB. Then guess what? Nico Hoomer, I don't want to mess up his name, you know what I'm saying, did not score this time. I was looking for an RBI. He had a good chance to score today. But Kyle Tucker hit the home run, 1 RBI, and then that was it. But in the midst of all of the last Bush and Tucker, in between that, it was Hap. And Hap had 3 RBI hit. He hit that boy straight out the park, and everybody that was on base came in and said, "Gotti!" Yeah. Shout out to my boys. It looked like that they back at doing what they need to do. And then, of course, Boyd, you know, did his thug thistle. Boyd was like a 6 strikeout throw. Matthew Boyd is back. This is, you know, a situation where he was struggling and coming back, you know, previous years. But Boyd came right back home to Chicago and did what he needed to do and made this thing pop off. Listen, and then Drew Pomeranz had 2 strikeouts, and then in the rest of the pen, Palencia and Therabar, they also, you know, was in the bullpen to get ready to throw that thing, man. Listen, all I got to say, it was great to see the Cubs win again, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how this thing turns out, except for a W. That's right. It doesn't matter how this thing turned out, except for a W, because guess what? Cubs get to play in October, and everyone is excited that we got to play in October and won, chat. Listen, what I want you guys to do is to remember when you were little and you used to play, swinging the bat and throwing the ball, with your brother or your father or your cousin, even your maybe sister's, boyfriend. But I'm just going to tell you, this win means a whole lot to the Chicago family and the Chicago streets, because we needed a win, especially coming off of a dry, that's right, a dry Chicago sky. Onslaught of a season with only 10 wins, but the Cubs kept on winning. They kept on winning. They played, they played in, and then they got to be here with the Brewers, and it looks like it's a possibility. It looks like it's a possibility. Game 5 is ours, because momentum in baseball means everything. Momentum means all things. When you got the momentum and you're winning like you're winning, listen, Game 5 is going to be litty. Yeah, I can't wait till Game 5 come so that I can actually celebrate a full onslaught and a comeback of the Chicago Cubs since 2016. Man, we tore the streets up, man. We was out there celebrating. It was a holiday that day. And guess what? At the end of the day got to end. And we come out with a win. Bars. Yeah, man. Look, more after these messages. Let me tell you about the simplest way to get you in some WNBA and NBA action. Find your player, pick higher or lower, and win some extra cash. Pick between 2 to 5 players to fill out your pick'em entry. Get every pick right and win some much needed cash. Use promo code STEADYSERV and receive $1,000 bonus in cash. Now that it's football season, follow STEADYSERV and ENT as I share my picks. Pick players, choose the amount, win money, make picks, win cash. Thanks, Underdog Fantasy, for your partnership with us, and thank you for using the promo code STEADYSERV on Underdog Fantasy. Cubs win. Take out the Bruins at home. It's 2-2. Who will win Game 5? Put it in, in the comments. Let me know what you think. And if you watched the game, tell me what you saw, because I know I saw a W go up in the banner that's in the back of my head. Yeah, that's all I saw. It didn't worry about anything like the last game that they won yesterday. Everybody was on pins and needles. And Game 3 was like a nail biter to the end. But we pulled it out, and then we came in once again and scored in the first inning. And that is what the Cubs do when they're fresh and really got the momentum going in their way. We're used to seeing this type of thing. And man, listen, tell me that we ain't good. Yes, we are. So I leave as we came with another banger. Yeah, shout out to the Cubs. You won that thing. Man, I'm so proud of y'all. Keep going, brothers.
Welcome to my city. See the bright light, skyscrapers looking pretty. Perfect skyline, postcard from a city,